Chapter 1. The Mystery of the First Soul. Before history etched its tales, before time carved its boundaries, there was breath, a divine whisper stirring the silence of eternity. In that sacred moment, God's Spirit hovered over the formless void, weaving life from nothingness, a prelude to the greatest story ever told. The Creator's breath was no mere wind. It was the pulse of divine love, calling forth a being destined to know Him. Genesis 2:7 declares, "The Lord God formed man of the dust and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." This was no simple act of creation. It was a divine embrace, heaven kissing earth to birth a creature who could love, worship, and reflect the Creator's glory. What does Adam's story unveil to us today? It's the mirror of our own soul, revealing our divine origin, our fractured nature, and our desperate cry for redemption. His life whispers to every heart, asking, "Who are we? And why do we yearn for something beyond this world?" If the Bible stirs your soul with eternal truth, like and share this video to awaken others to the mystery of our origins. Adam's story is not just history, it's the heartbeat of humanity's search for meaning, a call to rediscover the divine spark within us all. In that first breath, God crafted a soul to bridge the eternal and the temporal, a being to walk with Him in love. Join us as we uncover the sacred tale of the first soul, a story that still echoes in you. Chapter 2. Dust and Divinity, the creation of man. From the humble dust of the earth, Adam arose, his body woven from the clay that would one day reclaim him. Yet within that fragile frame burned a spark of eternity, a divine gift setting him apart from every beast and star in the Creator's vast design. Genesis 1:26 proclaims, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Adam was no mere creature, but a living reflection of God's essence, crafted to mirror divine glory, to bear the weight of heaven in an earthly vessel. His form was dust, yet his spirit was light, a sacred union of heaven and earth. The Creator sculpted not just a man, but a bridge between the mortal and the divine, destined to walk in harmony with God's eternal will. The wisdom of Solomon 2:23 reveals, God created man for incorruption in the image of His own eternity. Adam was meant to live forever, his soul a flame kindled by the Almighty's breath, a fire that still burns in every human heart. This divine act was the dawn of humanity's purpose, to reflect God's glory, to love without limit, and to reign as stewards of a world kissed by divine light, a legacy we still carry within us. Chapter 3. The Image of God, the Divine Blueprint. To bear God's image, the Imago Dei, was to carry His light, reason to discern truth, conscience to choose righteousness, creativity to dream, and a heart to love deeply. Adam was crafted to reflect divine wisdom in a world radiant with wonder. He was Eden's first priest, his every breath a hymn of praise, his life a living temple where heaven and earth intertwined. His purpose was to steward creation, not with force, but with the gentle authority of divine love and care. That divine spark still flickers in us. It's the ache we feel gazing at the stars, the question whispering in our souls, "Who am I? Why am I here?" We search because we were made for communion with our Creator. God has declared man was made for eternity. Adam's divine blueprint lives in every heart, urging us to rediscover our sacred purpose, to live as bearers of God's eternal light. This image gifted Adam dominion, not to dominate, but to nurture creation in harmony with God's will, a calling that echoes in our longing to find meaning beyond the mundane. Chapter 4. The Breath and the Voice, Walking with God. In Eden's sacred stillness, God's voice walked in the cool of the day, a divine melody calling Adam to communion. It was the purest intimacy, a spirit conversing with its eternal source, a heart beating in rhythm with the Creator's love. Adam's soul aligned with God's spirit, his heart unmarred by guilt, his purpose untouched by ambition. Each breath was a dialogue with the Creator, each step a dance of divine fellowship in a world where heaven and earth were one. Yet the gift of a soul carried the weight of choice. The tree of knowledge stood as a test. Would Adam trust the voice that gave him life, or seek to define truth on his own terms? That question reverberates through time, echoing in every human heart. To trust God's wisdom or our own remains the defining choice of our spiritual nature, binding us to Adam's story. In that perfect communion, Adam knew joy untainted, purpose unclouded. His soul was a mirror of God's glory, a reflection we still seek to reclaim in our walk with the divine. Chapter 5. The Rupture, the Fall of the Soul. The serpent's whisper slithered into Eden, drowning the divine song with a seductive lie. You will be like God. It tempted Adam to grasp what was already his by divine gift, to trade trust for pride. The fruit was no poison. It was permission to live apart from God. When Adam ate, his spirit dimmed, and a veil, echoing the firmament's divide, fell between man and his Maker, severing their sacred bond. For the first time, Adam hid, shame eclipsing glory, and love silenced by fear. The soul that once sang with God trembled in a spiritual death, its light flickering in the shadow of rebellion. Second Baruch laments, O Adam, what have you done? Your sin broke not just you, but all who followed. The rupture rippled through time, a wound etched in every human soul. The harmony of Eden shattered, leaving humanity to struggle and fight, and to wander in a world where the divine voice grew faint, yet never silent, still calling us back to its embrace. Chapter 6. The Consequences, the Echo Within Us. Romans 5:12 declares, through one man sin entered the world, and death through sin. Adam's wound became humanity's inheritance, a fracture in our spiritual nature, a distortion of the divine image we were meant to bear. We feel it still, the ache of emptiness, the sting of guilt, the longing for a home we've never seen. Eden's echo haunts our hearts, a memory of lost communion with the Creator who formed us. In our pursuit of meaning, we chase shadows, hungering for righteousness, yet stumbling in isolation. The soul remembers it was made for another realm, a divine embrace we can't fully grasp. If Adam's story stirs your soul, subscribe to Journey Deeper into the Origin series. Share this truth with those seeking the light of eternity, for the echo of Eden lives in us all. This ache is our inheritance, a whisper of the divine blueprint, urging us to seek the one who still calls us back to the garden of his presence. Chapter 7. The Promise, the Second Adam. God's story doesn't end in shadow. 1 Corinthians 15:45 proclaims, the first Adam was a living soul, the last Adam, a life-giving spirit. Christ came to heal the rupture, to restore what was lost in Eden's fall. In Gethsemane, Christ's sweat fell like blood, unraveling Adam's curse. At the cross, the veil tore and the divine breath returned, breathing life into humanity's longing soul once more. Christ became what we are, dust and spirit, to make us what he is, children restored to God's image, reconciled to the Father's heart through his sacrifice. The garden's loss became the cross's victory. Through Christ, the broken mirror of Adam's soul reflects once more the eternal glory of its Creator, a promise of redemption for all. This is the divine symmetry. Where Adam failed, Christ prevailed, offering us a path back to the communion Adam lost, a hope that transforms every soul who believes. Chapter 8. The Battle Within, Flesh versus Spirit. Though Christ opened the way, the war within rages on. Galatians 5:17 warns, "The flesh wars against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh." Every human heart is a battlefield where dust contends with divinity. The serpent's lie persists, "Be your own God." It whispers through pride, fear, and despair, chaining the soul meant to soar in divine freedom, tempting us to wander from our true purpose. Yet the spirit that hovered over creation now hovers over us, calling us to surrender, not to chains, but to the liberty of rebirth, to the breath of eternal life that restores our soul. The battle is fierce, but victory dawns when we yield to the Spirit. In every choice to trust, we reclaim the divine image Adam lost, stepping closer to our eternal calling. This war within is Adam's legacy, but Christ's triumph offers us strength. Each step toward the Spirit is a step toward freedom, a soul reborn in the light of divine grace. Chapter 9, the redemption, restoring the image. Romans 8:29 promises we are predestined to be conformed to the image of His Son. Redemption is not escape, but restoration, remaking us in the likeness of God's eternal Son. The first Adam received breath from dust. The second Adam, Christ, breathes His Spirit into our souls, forging a new creation where brokenness becomes whole, where shadows give way to light. Faith doesn't erase our humanity, it perfects it. Every act of forgiveness, every moment of love, every surrender to truth reshapes us into the image of God, restoring what Adam lost. Through Christ, the soul's fractured mirror is mended. What was shattered in Eden is made whole in grace, a divine likeness that shines eternally in those who follow Him. This is our journey, not to escape dust, but to let the Spirit transform it, to become vessels of divine glory, reflecting the Creator's love in a world longing for redemption. Chapter 10, the Spirit still calls. God called to Adam, "Where are you?" Not a question of place, but of the soul, a divine plea echoing through every generation, seeking our wandering hearts amid the shadows of our choices. Adam's story is no tragedy, it's a prophecy of redemption. The breath that began in Eden heralds the resurrection of countless souls through Christ's victory, a promise of eternal restoration. The Spirit that walked with Adam still moves over the dust, whispering life to all who answer. It calls us to an Eden restored within our souls, a communion reborn through grace. If this story stirs your heart, like, comment, and share with those seeking truth. Join us for Eden Paradise Lost in the Origins series to continue this sacred journey. The story of creation is your story. The Spirit still calls. Will you walk with God once more?
In the silence of the void, a whisper calls, echoing in chambers where no light falls, like a heartbeat waiting to ignite the spark. In the emptiness, a promise fails the dark.
Deep within the quiet, where time is still, a breath held tightly, spirit bends to will. In the depths of cosmos, cosmic waters, secrets hide, the pulse of creation, gentle and wide.
Awaken now, O creation, hear the sound. The Spirit moves, life begins to swirl around.
From the depths of darkness, beauty will rise in the cosmic dawn. We'll open our eyes.
Tensional waters shimmer beneath the gaze. Anticipation ripples in this sacred phase. With every note that dances on winds of grace, the firmament unfolds, revealing space.
The ancient song of life merges with the light. Strings and brass combine, igniting the night. Choral echoes whispering in divine refrain. Each tone a prayer, each swell a name.
Awaken now, O creation, hear the sound. The Spirit moves, life begins to swirl around.
From the depths of darkness, beauty will rise in the cosmic dawn. We'll open our eyes. Celestial chords embrace the firmament. With every shimmering note, new life is sent, rising from the waters, a vision in flight. The breath before life ignites the endless night. So let us stand
In wonder, hearts aligned in the golden glow of creation's mind. For in the sacred hush, eternity gleams at the edge of existence, when nothing redeems. Awaken now, the universe waits.
in the silence. Creation celebrates.
Cheers. Cheers.